actually happening. Pressure blocks your thinking. It robs you of clarity, right? And it also ruins your health. Remember, that pressure doesn't just sit in your emotions. It keeps pressing and pressing until you are physically impaired, right? And you're being pressed so tightly that you cannot navigate your thoughts and your feelings because there is no emotional space to process them, right? So the key to breaking this power over you is to find the door that you left open, right? And here are some of the doors that lead you to becoming overpowered, right? False responsibility. A lot of us leave this door open, right? Putting yourself in God's shoes, sometimes not intentionally. You're not trying to be somebody's God, right? So sometimes it's not intentional, but that's called false responsibility, right? Taking on burdens that are above your capacity, right? Being guilted into somebody else's problems, right? They want you to suffer the consequences that are theirs because they're the one that caused the problem, right? False responsibility is also feeling like it's your job to fix people. We're not the savior, right? We can't fix people. We can point them to a savior, but we are not the savior. All of these things are false responsibility, and false responsibility is a door that we will leave open that will cause us to be overwhelmed, cause us to be overpowered by that false responsibility, right? Pride and ego, that's another door we leave open. Pride and ego, don't want to ask for help, right? Too self absorbed to say that you're not at your best, right? Feeling like you always have to be strong, thinking that weakness means failure, right? Weakness is not failure, weakness is lack of strength, okay? Weakness only creates failure when you don't do what it takes to strengthen it, right? So you can still accomplish whatever you want with weaknesses. I mean, how many of you can attest to that? You still can accomplish whatever you want, even with your weaknesses. So weakness does not mean failure. Vulnerability does not mean failure, right? Another door we leave open, perfectionism, right? Perfectionism, those unrealistic standards that drain you emotionally and mentally and physically, right? Thinking that you are only of value when you don't make any mistakes. That's perfectionism. Never feeling good enough. That's a door that you leave open to becoming overwhelmed, right? The next door we leave open, fear of disappointing people, people pleasing, right? Saying yes when you really mean no, okay? Overcommitting, letting everybody else's expectations of you become your reality and actually change your identity. And if you change your identity, you are not going to walk in your purpose, right? Being or thinking that outside or external approval, you need that to feel safe. That's fear of disappointing others. If you need someone else's approval to feel safe or to feel secure, right? Because if you keep trying to be there for everybody else, you will end up being nothing to yourself. Okay? So that fear of disappointing people and people pleasing, that's a door you leave open to becoming overwhelmed. Another door, unhealed, unprocessed triggers and traumas, right? It makes you react from old wounds and not what's actually happening presently, right? And what is unhealed will get repeated until it's released. Whatever old wounds you have that you don't want to process, that you want to keep pressing down and not dealing with, it will keep repeating itself. Different people, right? But you'll keep bringing it up and it'll keep repeating itself until you release it. Okay? Isolation. That's a door we leave open to becoming overwhelmed, right? Where you create a world where you allow your thoughts and your feelings to torment you. And this happens because of shame or lack of trust, right? We don't trust people. And you know how you kill shame? You remove the secrecy, right? You speak up about it. Give yourself grace to make mistakes, right? And then you replace the lie with the truth. So if you want to kill shame, because that's what causes some people to go into isolation, which causes them to be overwhelmed. You want to kill shame, let go of the secret. Stop keeping things a secret, what you're going through, right? And you replace that lie with the truth. You have to deal with your trust issues. If you're having issues with trust, session 54, go back, listen to it, right? Isolation opens doors by pulling you away from people that are healthy for you, right? Just because you don't like that they're telling the truth, or just because you don't like that they're not enabling you to stay stuck in that pit. Okay? Isolation is a door that can cause you to become overwhelmed. Comparison, that's another door. Okay? Comparison, measuring your progress, your purpose, or your emotions against someone else's, right? Comparison is a joy killer. Comparison distorts the truth of where you are and how far you come. It makes sure that you do not see it, right? And as we talked about last session, then the other door, unforgiveness and bitterness. Unforgiveness and bitterness is a door that keeps you open to becoming overwhelmed, right? Because you're allowing your past pain to control and affect your life.